And the clock has struck 12 noon. Good afternoon, everyone. Ron Nicolelli along with Samantha Perry. Brian on a little bit of a vacation, but he's been sending tickets in like crazy, so we'll have those this afternoon. You can see the sky, partly cloudy, but it's a beautiful day. The temperature is finally gotten a little lower.
I know, it's really nice. It maybe dropped like 3 degrees, but it makes such a big difference around here. A beautiful day.
Yeah, from 100 to 97 really helps us here when you're in the sun. So, main track is fast. Turf course is firm. We got the all-weather Tapeta. We got, let's check out the Rainbow Six. It's big, right? I think it's up
big.
to 330 or 350, 325. I was right around it.
Yep,
so.
big. It keeps on growing, so make sure to get involved. A good sequence today, Ronnie. Excited to see your ticket.
Yeah, we'll have that a little later on, but first we'll go with Brian's early pick 5 ticket this afternoon. Brian's long shot won impressively yesterday.
Yeah,
He paid like $22, so pay attention to his stuff. He may not be here physically, but he's certainly sending in some
well,
good
we don't
tickets.
need him here. He could just send it in.
We got
It's
this.
fine, yeah.
Let's check that ticket. There, he's got the single in race number 2. Who's that? The 4. Yeah, Star Performance looks tough in there.
Very, very tough there. And then you see race 3 and 4, some puzzles for him, especially race 4, which I felt was pretty tricky as well. Super Attentive looks tough. Saltwater Cowboy looks good as well. And then in race 5, just too deep. The 6 and the 2, I've got the same as well. $24 play.
Interesting in race number 4. I got my best bet in there with
Ooh.
Zozan. So,
Nice.
you see, it's great how people see races differently,
Yes.
and that's the fun of handicapping and trying to beat everybody, especially get some money in your pocket. So getting to this first race this afternoon, what better way to start the day than 2-year-olds, 5 furlongs. These are maidens, and we did have a scratch. I really wanted to see this horse run for the long haul for Mike Yates. He does such a great job with those Cajun Breeze progeny. But we got, we'll deal with it here. So I bumped into the 4. You went into the 3 horse here to the max, and I know you wanted to show a sire stat on this horse.
Yeah, and I do scratch into this horse,
Right.
but that's okay because I think that this is a very strong stat from Maximus Mischief. 18% with 2-year-old first-time starters. This is very, very impressive. You don't see statistics like this with first-time starters, especially with a young sire like this. So you can see the breeding is there early. Now, there were no works on this horse run on XBTV, so going in blind, but of course in about 45 minutes, we'll get a look at him in the paddock.
And good to see Luca Panici back and
It's
riding
great to see
again.
him, yeah.
Luca was out got a little banged up, but he is back in here. I scratched into the 4. I'm bigger than I look. That's not true. I am big every time you look at me. And this one, a son of Adios Charlie. And what do you look at? Jose Pinchin does a good job, but the works are really good on this horse.
Yeah, they are. This is the first foal from this dam. The works, like you said, they look good. I haven't seen them on XBTV. We'll have to see. But Jose Pinchin is firing out a couple of 2-year-olds tomorrow as well. I found a stat on him, for tomorrow, but we'll show it tomorrow. Let me just, spoiler alert, it's not that great with 2-year-old first-time starters.
The number 1, Strength and Guidance, Antonio Sano, Lionel Reyes, and a horse that, the barn does a good job of first-time starters. Got to deal with the inside post.
Yeah, this horse worked okay at that March sale, worked 10 and 1. Very long-legged horse. I think that this horse is maybe a little bit more even, though. Maybe going a little bit further will help. Got a bug there?
Killing a couple bugs here while I'm doing. I wanted to just mention the number 8, Ruiz Jr. This one is a gelded son of Gervin, but it's a half to a horse called CC Valentina, who was 3 for 6 as a 2-year-old, and she also won the Susan's Girl and the Juvenile Fillies Sprint. So there's precocity in the number 8 horse here. So just a great way to start the day. So we'll flip the page and go to race number 2. 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are maiden claimers. Fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We did have a scratch in here of the number 7, Mama's Lullaby, and we also have Brian. No, do you have a Tropical Turf or?
It's not yet. It's a little bit later.
Yeah. So no ticket here.
Well, I think we've got Brian's, but it's probably
of
just.
Of course, I knew we had something.
Yeah, he probably just ran back his pick 4, so he'll tweet it out.
Yeah, he'll tweet it out. So, I figured that much. I'm looking at the script here, and I didn't see it. So, getting back to this race here, very interesting. I did go with the number 4 horse in your Star Performance, the one that you have on top, and Brian Singleton, I think, is a logical contender.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough group that she's exiting out of. 0 for 9 maiden, but still, it seems like she broke through on the cutback last time for Jenna.
I want to show you a replay of the number 2 Elagio and the number 8 Smart Jenny, and you're going to see them in the stretch here. We're going to pick it up, and I'm sure we'll have them marked. This Smart Jenny was, trying to find that space. Elagio is on the lead here, and I just thought, that ran well, and they were just trying to go, and you could see Elagio is 25-1 this day, and just as game as can be, and you will see the horse running late, and that is Smart Jenny, trying to get into the mix with the number 1 after having traffic problems. Now you say, okay, not much happened here, 25-1. But look at that horse that won. That's the big thing. Vindicate Cha-Cha. Who is that? That was Brian's long shot yesterday. They paid $22. So use that as a guide there for that horse.
Huge. Yeah, it really flatters both of those horses.
Yeah, there wasn't much going on, 25-1. I wanted to show it. And then lo and behold, yesterday the horse that wins comes back, and wins big. So what else do you have? I got the 2 and 8. You had the 2 also and 8. So pretty much in agreement with the underneath the star performance.
Yeah.
Race 3 this afternoon is going to be 5.5 furlongs on the fast main track, and it's a claimer for 3-year-olds and up, no scratches or jockey changes in here. And I went with the number 3. You went with the number 3, and Modern Lane just under the, looks better on the dirt. You go back to that race April 11th, and that jumps off the page against these.
Yeah, exactly. And we kind of touched on this yesterday. Not all horses that like the Tapeta like the turf. Not all horses like the Tapeta like the dirt, vice versa. This horse, you look at his form. The sprinting on the Tapeta was not anything he wanted to do. Now we're back to the dirt. Send it in.
Your number 6, I'm a Pepper. I might have missed this horse a little bit. Just, Danny Hertak, the barn, always doing good. Claimant Tech sliced in half for this performance. Breaking on the outside with the apprentice, Elijah Greenridge. And I just thought that this horse is a logical contender in there.
Yeah, and gets to the dirt for the first time.
Yeah.
That's big.
And no problem, Joe, comes in from Tampa. Monica McGoey, just a little bit of a guesswork there. So that is a race that looks like it's going to go through Modern Lane, maybe the number 6, I'm a Pepper, you're a Pepper. Remember that commercial, I'm a Pepper, you're a Pepper?
No.
Dr. Pepper?
Oh.
She's so young. We'll be right back with my Rainbow 6.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Race number 4 is going to be 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are maidens as state breds. We have 7 going to the post, no scratches, jockey changes. Not only is it Rainbow 6 time, it's tropical turf pick 3 time, which we have on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe. So what we will see, my ticket first, then we'll show you Samantha's tropical turf ticket, and mine is, of course, 43.20. And I'm going to start it off, as I mentioned. Either I'm going to be right with Zozanne, I'm going to take the Band-Aid off, as they say. 2 deep in race number 6. I think the top one is Batacuda on the drop in there. Race number 6, I like the 4 in there, good, better, best, but I used some horse. That's a wide open race. Race number 7, I went 4 deep in here, couldn't quite figure it out. My top pick is Lady Cha-Cha. I'll show you a video of that. And race number 8, just 3 for me, with the top pick being the 2, King Skull, who's the favorite, I believe, in there at 9-5. And then the last race, my long shot is the 5. My wife knows it all. Speed, I think they're going to bet that horse. I don't think I'm going to get much of a price on that one.
She does know it all, too, doesn't she?
Yeah, definitely. So you'll see the video when I sort of said it. And now your tropical turf ticket.
Yeah, I'm spreading a bit in this leg, Ron. Race number 7, you see my single, that is the 7, Burn Away. And it's a tough race, but I like this gal a lot today. And in the finale, race 9, just 2 deep. House of Melody is the one to beat, but I'm putting in Bellwether as well. The two Safi runners, $18. A $3 minimum, 15% takeout. Nothing better than this bet, Ron.
Yeah, it's great. And I got the 8 more. I think those are the logical ones. I mean, I try to get cute with the 5 with the speed. We'll see how that plays out. Getting back to this fourth race, I'm going to start it off with my best bet, Zozan, in here. And I just thought third start off the bench, turning back a little. Really nice performance on the grass last time out. Got beat 3 parts of a length. I thought maybe that was the way to go.
He was a beaten favorite that day, and I can't say too much about that race other than the fact that he was just beat fair on the square by Curlin's Kitten, and I didn't think it was a strong race, but Curlin's Kitten ran okay the other week for Happy Altar, so maybe it was a little bit stronger in hindsight, but I'm not too sold on it.
The number 3 in here you have on top, and I have in second, Super Attentive. You would think second off the layoff, came in from Woodbine, got that race over the course. You're expecting a positive move today.
Yeah, has to be. This is a type of move that we like to see a race coming from Woodbine first and kind of get their wheel bearings back under them, and now that this horse has the fitness under his belt, I think we should be good to go here.
Also want to mention on the 2 horse, that jockey is going to be Jose Morelos, so Pete will be up in just a little while to give you all the changes, but just bringing that up. And then the 4 horse, Saltwater Cowboy, Jack Sisson. I think you got a stat you wanted to show on Jack?
Yeah, this is with 3rd career starters, and I thought this was a really good stat to show because he's 16%. It's a pretty decent ROI here with this barn. I just feel like this is a horse you might have to come back to today.
Yeah, and I love those stats when you go. 3rd career start's one of my favorite stats to look at.
It's a good one. You did it yesterday.
Yeah, it just shows you, hey, this barn does this. Let's see what they, find something a little different. Beauty, we get the formulator from the Daily Racing Club, so we'll give them props there. You can find a lot of good stuff. You just got to do a little research and you'll be all right. So we're almost in top agreement there, with the 6, the 3, the 4, and even the 7 horse in here, Catch a Tiger from Mark Cassie, the other Mark Cassie. We saw that happen a lot yesterday with I think Safi won every race yesterday. I mean, it seemed that way, by the way. Of course it wasn't. We're going to flip the page and go to race number 5 here. And race number 5 is going to be a 1-mile event. The allowance optional claimer on that fast main track. Going to stretch the 3 Mama Maria in the race here. And this is your late pick 5.
It is indeed. Who scratched again?
The number 3 Mama Maria.
That was good. So I'm doing like you, Ron, in your Rainbow 6. I'm singling right away with Batacuda. Race 6. The 7 is my long shot. That is Morning Colors. Race 7, singling the 7. That's my best bet. Burn Away. Race 8, it's a spread for me. The 2 on top, King Skull, but wow, what a competitive field. And then in the finale, just the same as my Tropical Turf pick 3, Bellwether, and the 8, House of Melody, a $16 play.
Yeah, very affordable, I think you're starting off with the right horse in here. I mean, you just look at the number 6 horse on the big drop here, and certainly looks like the horse to beat, and Safi Joseph Jr. I mean, this horse was at Churchill. They thought enough of this horse to put it in an $80,000 optional claimer, now here for $25,000. That was in the slop, so maybe you put a line through that and look somewhere else. It was looking like he's going to run very well against this level.
Yeah, he should, as long as she shipped over okay back from Churchill. Sometimes that can take a little bit out of a horse, but look at who she was running against. Skilla, Best Stream in the last race here. We got a little bit of a camera moving. But anyway, I think that this is a... There you go. But this horse, she's for sure the one to beat for Safi.
Yeah, mine is set back there with the camera. So we'll go to a race. I'm confused now. Let's go to the number 5, where I have in second. I'll talk about it, and that is Double Cosmo Girl. And this one from Luis Miranda. They're going to take the blinkers off. It just looks like, coming in from Tampa, they're searching for this horse's level, and what that you do, take the blinkers off, put it on. But I like the consistency of this horse. Now, the horse has got to prove it could run with these. I mean, the secret of the world, if you can figure out what the class in Tampa is equal to the class here at Gulfstream Park, you're going to win a lot of races. It's certainly hard. You got to watch them run a couple of times.
You do. And this horse she's getting the blinkers off, and she's going to cut back to this 1 turn, 1 mile on the dirt. I think it's good to try something new.
What about the number 2 horse in the La Marana? And this one from Laura Cesares. And look who is riding. Kent DeSormo, who's actually in town for the weekend, and he's making the decision, I think, to stay here for the summer.
Yeah, it's very exciting. A great rider. We were just talking about the Belmont yesterday, how impressive Real Quiet was. Even in defeat was still a good horse, but yeah, great to have him. I think this is a filly. When you have Laura Cesares, you have to watch out. This is a 3-year-old, so she's going to get a little less weight than the others here. Maybe this is one that can fill things out.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. Ken, I haven't seen him in years and years, and we'll see how that plays out. Then you got Miss Ukrainian on the inside, 4 for 10 in the money at the distance of a mile on the grass.
Yeah, she's one that can get a piece of it as well.
We'll go to race number 6 this afternoon. It is 1 mile and 1/16th on the Tapeta. These are claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. But we did have a couple of scratches in here of the number 5 horse, Starry Hope, and the number 6, Kizzy in here. And this kicks off the late pick 4. And Brian, once again, has a ticket. And we'll see what it looks like.
No singles. He doesn't. This is a tricky sequence for him because usually he likes to have a single. You see race 7, he's spreading. It's a tough race. I just singled with Burn Away. He's got the number 7 in the mix. A lot of the gang is all here in that race. Race 8, King Skull for him, as well as Adios Cole. And in race 9, he's got our 2 horses, and he's also got your My Wife Knows It All, $24.
Wow, yeah, he's got the 5 horse in there. So Brian's been doing real good work with his long shots, and maybe that's his top pick. We will find out when we get to that race. Race number 6, as I mentioned, is 1 mile and 1/16th under the Peter, and we went through that. The 5 and 6 are scratched. And who do you have on top? This is your long shot, I believe. Morning Colors. I want to hear about this.
Yeah, so this is a mare that she is much better on the Tapeta than I feel like she is. I know we've seen a dirt win, but that was at Tampa. She's back now to her home playing ground. She's one that showed a lot of speed in the past, at least this time last year on the Tapeta. I think maybe we can get this out of her with the bug on today and a 7-pound weight break. It's admittedly a stab, but I like the fact that she's back on Tapeta. It's Rohan Crichton. This is a very sharp barn. This horse just feels sneaky to me, and quite frankly, I just don't trust any of the rest of them.
Yeah, and I think she's 6 for 15 in the money on the Tapeta, so
Very
she
good.
runs bad. As you pointed out, up there at Tampa. I mean, you go up to Tampa when you don't have that level here during the championship meet. Totally understandable. The horse that's the second choice on the morning line is we'll go to next, and that's the number 4 horse in here, and that is Good, Better, Best. And I just believe this horse has found its level. Showed that last time out for Elizabeth Dobles. Wins the 16 claimer and was really going at it through the stretch.
Yeah, big time, and what a consistent filly as well, which you like to see.
Yeah, so we'll see how she runs now. The morning line favorite is the number 9, Crystal Coast, and this horse is going to take a lot of money because of the connections of Bobby Devona and Edgar Zayas. I think it's a shaky call here. The horse seems to be a little off form to me.
And especially on the Tapeta.
Yeah.
You look at the grass races and they're really good, but as of late, the Tapeta have just been a little, like you said, a little shaky. Now, she does have a win on the Tapeta, 2 of them, but still, I don't know how much I trust her.
Yeah, first off, the claim didn't show much. Now, we'll see what happens, and you're going back to that surface. And as you said, you might be a horse that you might be able to beat at a little bit of a price. And Boston Princess needs to wake up.
Yes.
Basically, this horse used to run well. I think it needs to wake up, but great for the try or super.
Exactly.
We'll go to race number 7 this afternoon. It's 1 mile and 1/16th on the turf. It's an allowance optional claimer. And these are state-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, and no scratches in this race. And we'll start it off in here with your Burn Away on top, because that was your single, I believe, in the tropical turf.
Yeah, this is Burn Away. This filly, she's exiting the same race of a lot of these. And we've got replays to show, but not regarding these horses. But Burn Away is a filly that just hasn't gotten really set up yet, and I think today can be your day. I love the fact that Dave Fox left her on the turf. She galloped out huge in that last race, passed the whole field. She just needs that little extra, and today, guess what? She gets the extra 16th. Huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I got it, highly on my ticket. And you mentioned we got a video we want to show of the horse that I have in second on top, and you have in second, and that is Lady Cha Cha. That one also going to be ridden today by Kent DeSormo. And this horse that day, you see a nice job. They circled it upstairs, and just gets that old push down in the stretch type thing. They just carry her out. But this horse was game. Just I thought it was a good performance, and just kept coming. Lady Cha-Cha, and you see here they're going to just give her the old, hey, let's go see if you can do better outside there. And she just kept coming.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was, what is she, 7 wide or something, and still gets up under the shadow of the wire to win it. I thought, that's game to me.
It really was, because it's hard to win turf races like she just did. Here.
Yes, good point. Especially here, and they just, and it happens a lot. They drifted out.
Yeah.
But I want to show, I picked this horse in 4th. You didn't pick this horse at all, and that's Plankton. And this is sort of just a window dressing type of replay, but it was so impressive his debut. Watch this. This horse is 30-1. The half in 46.73. You can say, well, this horse is going to stop and be last. Not the case, just keeps on going. What do you do with a horse like this?
Yeah, this was really impressive. A huge head scratcher just a few weeks ago. It blew the doors off of this $16,000 field. But, hey, she comes in with probably a world of confidence.
Right.
You've got the bug back on again. Let's go for it. I think that the intention's going to be similar tactics.
You mean you would not be shocked if this horse ran another race like that, even stepped up? I mean, maybe this horse says, well, that's what you do every time. You just come out and run and beat everybody.
Exactly.
Tony had one previous start and wins it at 30-1. And she was going quick. And that is like a recipe for stopping like you shot in that particular one.
She did it,
that was very good. So now let's talk about the number 6 horse in here. Oh, Kizzy was scratched, I believe. No, in the wrong race. 6 is Pretty Keen here. And Pretty Keen comes out of the race that you were talking about with your top pick.
Yeah, Burn Away I felt like is better. Pretty Keen, I think she's a tough mare, because she should have won a lot more races than just one race. I don't really know where she fits here. She'll win again. I just don't know if it's going to be today.
Yeah, 1 for 30. I'm using it on the Trier Super.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just 1 for 30.
I loved her half brother, Extravagant Kid.
Oh yeah, that one won like 700,000 or maybe more,
Million,
1.7 million, I think, the hard way.
Yeah,
that was some tough horse. So that is race number 7, and the unknown is what you do with Plankton in there, and 10-1 in the morning on. Probably going to take a little money, but I would think that if you like that last race, you might want to put a couple of bob on it, as they say, and I think France or somewhere there. No, England. Race number 8 this afternoon is 5 furlongs on the Tapeta starter, optional claimer, and this one is 3-year-olds, and we have a field of 7 in here. And as I mentioned, we'll see how this race plays out this afternoon. I know you got a stat on the 5 Louis de Sun King. You want to show that first, or?
Yeah, we can, because this is with Kathleen O'Connell. I feel like this is a pretty wide open race, but this is just dirt to Tapeta. This horse has never been on the Tapeta before. 19%. She and you spoke to her yesterday, didn't you, Kathleen O'Connell? I mean, she has had quite a year.
When she won the meet at Tampa.
It's amazing.
She hadn't done it in like 15 years or something like that. And not that she didn't have a lot of winners, but I was talking to her yesterday. She said it's one of those things where everything went into place. Every race that she wanted to go went to go. With all that said, she's an excellent trainer. She's the leading female trainer ever.
Yep.
So
very impressive.
You got to respect her, and she's, a record here this past winter wasn't that good, but you got to respect her very much. But the horse I think, and you think, to beat in here is the number 2, King Skull, Victor Barboza Jr. You look at it, it's just as simple. He's good with the drop, and this one is taking a serious drop.
Yeah, this is huge. The Tapeta race, the grass race, strong efforts. The horse that finished second in his last grass race came back to won a stake, Okiro for Garofalo at Turfway on the Tapeta. So just Silent Heart, the horse he was defeated by last time out on the Tapeta, is a really nice horse for Brian Lynch. The fact is, this horse is faced way better.
The number 4 horse in here, Adios Cole. I just think that it's amazing. You look at this horse's races. First race, wins, going 5.5. Then steps up, second, 5.5. Third, comes back third at 5.5. What did they do today? Cut the horse back to 5 furlongs. Is that the answer to the also ran status?
It's possible. It's a tricky race for me, and I feel like the way it's going to shape up will determine a lot of things here. Adios Cole was so impressive winning first time out, but has just been so in his last few.
And you did go with East Boston Benny, who's a good friend of mine, at 10 after, and him good friends together. Yeah. So East Boston Benny, logical horse for Steve Glaceris.
Yeah, I think so too. This horse was really impressive. Facing winners last time, horses like Adios Cole, and he's one that could just be slowly coming up the ladder.
That is race number 8. We'll go to race number 9. It's 1 mile and 1/16th on the turf, and it's it's a good Friday when we end with a turf race. And this one is a claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the number 6, Heaven Express. I'll kick it off because I got my long
All
shot
right.
in here with My Wife Knows It All, and it's very simple. It's just speed. Those races going short on the Topeka, stretching out around 2 turns. It's a speed play for me, and speed is good on the turf, so we'll see if this horse can get to the lead. And it's 9-2 in the morning line, but with the scratch, I think this horse is going to get bet just because people see what's happening with the turf course.
Yeah, that's so true, and I feel like this is a filly that is really going to love the stretch out, although she did win going 5. You see that horses, as they mature more, they love the stretch out. And I think she's one she could certainly wire them. She's the last one I didn't use on my tropical turf pick 3, which maybe I should add her in now.
Yeah. Well, you could. It wasn't for the ticket was pretty good. It wasn't expensive. House of Melody, Edgar Zayas, and Sappy Joseph Jr. You just go back. This horse has run exceptionally well on the turf in the past. They'll put a line through the Topeka right there. His horse figures.
Yeah, definitely. She just was eased up in her last start. I don't worry too much about that. She just didn't fire at all, and now we're back here. She's right at a level she needs to be at. It was just too tough of water, so albeit on the Topeka last time it was too tough. This is a cozy spot today.
Then you got the one Bellwether who's Sappy squared. He's got this one in here, the second one. What did this horse do? Tried the turf, comes off a long layup and wins at Tampa.
Yeah, you think that she could just continue. She's 5 years old, so where have you been? Only 2 races in your career, but still, at least she's 5 and she's running.
Well, that's how we see the 9 races, but we're not done yet. We've got the rainbow, what do we got? The lightning round.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I knew we had something coming up here. Got a bug on my head too here. I don't know if that's good or bad. So, lightning round, kick it off. New York.
Yeah. So next week we've got the Belmont and Taste at the Track. It's New York Fair.
New York Fair. You got it good. You said it good. New York.
New York
yeah. Fair. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what it was yesterday. If it's going to be pretzels, pizza. New York has everything. So
yeah, it's always fun. So make sure to get tickets if you haven't. And we must have spoken into existence, Ron, because Mindframe is going into the Belmont.
Yeah.
And Fierceness is doing the Haskell instead.
Yeah, so. We might be betting. I might be looking at that. What's the eyes on the prize?
So tomorrow the Game Face Stakes. It's a good one too. Yeah. Really competitive. Fillies here. Here's the new shooter, Hall and Ice, Ron. This is the horse from Sappy Joseph they're bringing from Oaklawn, and look at this performance. I mean, this was very, very impressive here.
Yeah, I mean, and he looks like absolutely the one to beat, and she looks like we have one to beat and in the race, and we'll see how it plays out. We've got a couple of nice horses in that field.
Yeah, there is. It's a very competitive field, very, very competitive. So we'll see if Hall and Ice can get it done for Sappy, but it'll be a fun race tomorrow.
And we got our best bet, and Samantha's will be first. And let's see what she's got going on.
Burn Away for me, 7-7.
That's a good price on Burn Away, 3-1. My best bet this afternoon, I've been burning the chalk, not today too much with the 6 Zozan in race number 4. Your long shot is that number 7 horse with Morning Colors, 15-1. I like it, that. Yeah. That's a good price. And mine is a measly 9-2 in the last. My Wife Knows It All, and boy, couldn't any better than that. So so that's how we see the card. Look, we got 27 minutes. We're not done. We're done. I mean, but Pete's not done. He's going to kick in and give us all the scratches and changes, and we'll come back and try and get through the day without me making too many mistakes, as we normally do every day. Good luck, everybody.